developed a strategy to end the trade of donkey skins in Africa and globally, instrumental in securing funding for the new Mara River Special Education School, worked with the Indian government to have animals included in the National Disaster Management Plan, secured a ban on plastic-stemmed cotton buds in Victoria. How can this be the work of one person? Well, it is, and that person is Emily Reeves. In a quiet stretch of land outside Warrnambool in Naranda, a young girl was raised with strong values and an even stronger voice. Emily Reeves, one of 3 children born to Mary and Larry Reeves, grew up surrounded by the influence of 2 parents who deeply believed in justice, care, advocacy, and tolerance. These weren't just ideals, they were a way of life. Her parents taught her how to question the world, to substantiate an argument, and above all, to believe that real change starts with those willing to show up. Her primary schooling was shared between Naranda Primary School and Our Lady Help of Christians, before secondary schooling at St Anne's began in 1987. Emily thrived here and enjoyed not only the academic atmosphere of the college, but being empowered to become a critical thinker and to have empathy for others. The values to care for and contribute to our world were laid right here on these grounds. Today, Emily is an advocate, a change maker, and a trailblazer for people, animals, and the planet. But her journey has been anything but linear. But over time, she began to see deeper intersections between her work advocating for people and her drive to also advocate for animals. She saw that the two were inextricably linked. That realization led her into international animal advocacy, where she would spend the next decade not only campaigning for better treatment of animals, but fighting for the people and communities that rely on them. Emily's work has taken her from bear farms in Korea to livestock-dependent communities in Papua New Guinea, to the United Nations, to policy rooms in India and China, where she worked alongside governments to align animal welfare with human development needs. Whether advocating for improved farming practices or coordinating efforts to improve disaster preparedness strategies, Emily always asks, how do we protect the most vulnerable, both animal and human, together? After the Royal Commission into the Black Saturday bushfires, she played a key role in ensuring that animals were integrated into disaster planning, a major policy shift that recognised pets and livestock as central to the community recovery. But Emily's heart has never strayed far from her roots. In her hometown of Warrnambool, she joined forces with a small group of dedicated parents to fight for equity in education for children with disabilities, with an unshakable belief that every child is equal and deserves equal educational opportunities. The Every Child campaign was born. Emily, among others, was instrumental in mobilising the Warrnambool community, generating a great groundswell of support for the students and families of Mara School and calling on the Victorian Government to fund new facilities. The outcome was extraordinary. $14.6 million in funding for the development of Mara River School, a state-of-the-art facility for children with additional needs. But the win wasn't just financial. As Emily described it, it was recognition that the voices of children and their families mattered, and were finally heard, respected, and those voices resulted in change. Emily's work doesn't stop at ground-level impact. She also founded Agency International, an organisation working across gender equality, violence prevention, environmental protection, and animal welfare. Through Agency International, she supports others to make the change they want to see in the world, from grassroots movements to global strategies. And she's sharing these stories. Agency, her podcast on social change, gives a platform to the voices of changemakers. At the heart of everything Emily does is a simple belief that we are all equal and deserve respect, that we can live great lives without harming others. Justice is both personal and political, and no voice, no matter how quiet, deserves to be ignored. Emily is deeply passionate about the next generation knowing that they too have agency. They too have the power to bring about change. The biggest step is the first one. From disaster zones to policy tables, from classrooms to podcast studios, Emily Reeves carries her values into every space she enters. Grounded in compassion, driven by intellect, and relentless in her advocacy, she is proof that real change is possible when care and courage goes hand in hand. Congratulations, Emily. You are an inspiring alumni of Emmanuel College.